there's NIMBYism, if you want to call it that, on the local level in communities around the state. We see it in urban areas. I live in Jamaica Plain in Boston. We see opposition to housing production in my own neighborhood, let alone in some of the more suburban or rural communities around the state. I don't know that I'm in a position to necessarily say what the historic development has been or historic evolution has been. But I do think a lot of it has to do with our real focus on local control, hyper-local control over land use, planning, zoning, development approvals, et cetera, in Massachusetts. 351 cities and towns, 351 different planning boards, zoning boards, councils. Everyone is making a decision in a vacuum for themselves without really thinking, despite good work of regional planning agencies, and others. Most of the policy or decision makers on those boards are really just making a decision, based on their own community or what they would like to see in their own community. We know from the research that Catherine Einstein and others at BU did a few years ago, the neighborhood defenders, that the vast majority of people who show up in community meetings around housing production in Greater Boston are disproportionately wealthier, whiter homeowners, slightly more male, that are opposed to new housing production. So when that's the people that show up, and those are the people that have the ears of the regulators, the planning board members, the zoning board members, the elected officials, the legislators, that's who decisions are being made for, and that's working to the detriment of the future of Massachusetts.